Okay, so let's start the next workshop session. Today we're going to be covering texturing. I still haven't finished the model from before, like finished the animations for that, or rigging it up so we can practice animating, but we'll just do some texturing for now. So what we're going to want to do is bring in whatever shape you like. I don't want to do the cube. The cube is too simple. I'll just do a sphere. So we got this complex shape, and oh god, the projector's kind of blurry. Okay, that's good enough. Alright. So what we can do is, once we have our object, just go to edit mode, and you can just click on your vertices. Oops, didn't move that. So what we're going to want to do is, like, the basic idea behind texturing is to cut out shapes of the model to lay them out flat so we can paint over them. So we can open up a new window by clicking and dragging from the top right corner where the little lines up here. Click and drag, and it'll drag a new window. This can be helpful just in general. Say if you want to view something from a different angle, you can mess with it. Oops. But what we're going to use this for is to move down to the bottom left of that screen where it says current editor type. So right now it's at the 3D viewport, so we can just see what's going on, but we want to change it to UV image editor, and you'll just get this like flat square, which doesn't do anything for now, but the important part is once we actually make our text or UV for it, for the model. So what we can do is just have some fun with it and just start selecting squares, or just start selecting edges. Actually, before I do that, I might as well just show you what happens if you just choose to make the entire model a UV map without cutting it up. So what we're going to do is you just hit U when you have all the model selected, and this UV mapping pops up, and you can just click unwrap, and you get this weird orange square. It's basically just the entire thing like flattened out, so it looks very strange. So this doesn't really tell you what am I editing on the sphere. So what we can do is what we're gonna do instead is just select some faces. So I'm just gonna, oh jeez. Alright. I don't know. So that's not really symmetrical. That's gonna bother me. Okay, so now that I got like something selected, whatever lines I want, I can go down to the mesh option next to edit mode, go to edges, and there'll be an option called mark seam. Voila. Now you'll notice the lines you selected now have a red outline. So we can test this out. Unwrap it again. And you will notice now it looks a lot nicer. There's the square we cut out, and there's the entirety of the rest of the mesh. So what we can do is simplify this down even further. So let's just I'm going to divide the entire thing in half. Or not really divide it, but just mark half of it as a seam. Yeah. I can't see. Okay. I believe there's ways to just select the entire ring of the circle, but I don't know. Oops, well, I technically don't need to do it in here. Okay. I can do it again. Mark seams. Select the whole thing, unwrap it again. Voila, now I have two hemispheres of the entire sphere and that square I cut out. So now that we got this, you can always just like do whatever you like with it. I'm just going to go simple for this. Now that we have this, we can export the UVs. I'm just going to blah. Where am I going to drop? I'll just drop it in there. So now that I've done that, what I'm going to want to do, oh good, is open up Photoshop. I'm just going to use Photoshop just because that's what I have. I should have had it open already, but no matter.
I'm wondering, what is this smart UV setting? It seems like it automatically creates like an entire UV setup for your object.
Let's try.
Although it's a little bit messy looking.
So it's just more like it's going to try to do it for you.
Yeah.
It just wants to know like how big do you want these. Oh, actually I can talk about a bit about editing these. So normally if you oh god. So you have these little options at the bottom. Right now it's just like I can select vertices. There's also edge selection, face selection, and then a new option, island selection. Oh god, wrong button. So what this does, vertice selection lets you pick vertices, edge selection lets you pick edges, face selection lets you pick faces, and island selection allows you to select entire separated meshes. And just like when you're editing anything else in Blender, you can use your little shortcuts to mess with it, so you can scale them down, you can rotate them, you can use G to translate them. I guess it's R to rotate, S to scale. So if you want to rearrange these in a way that makes sense to you for when you export it, because I just realized I should probably re-export it. Blah. Yeah. Save over that. So now I'm just going to quickly go to Photoshop, and that's something else I'm working on. Document, go find blah. Okay, so now here we have this. Wait. Remove those. I don't know why mine always starts off with that. But now you can kind of see there's the meshes, or the UV maps we made. So what I'm gonna do, make a new layer. Well, let's just so I don't get them confused, call this one UV map. I call this one color. You're going to want to place it underneath the UV map one, so then if you make any colors, you'll still see the original layout on top, so you can see where you're coloring. So say if I wanted to just color this all in yellow, and then just gonna reduce the size. Just gonna make a little happy face. Yay! Now he's super happy. And just so we can see the differences in other sides. Let's go with that. Okay, you need a bigger brush side again. And then let's just go with a blue color. The reason I'm not really going too in depth on this is because this is more of just like a, you technically don't even need to paint over it. You could always just export or import an image as a texture. But this is more like if you want to do your own custom textures.
Right. So this is a projection, so it's a flat image going onto a 3D object.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
So are there like techniques to make painting that flat? Like how are you supposed to know what your flat image is going to look like once it goes onto the mesh? Is there other techniques to make that easier?
Yes, actually. Or I guess it's like if you want to see, like, say I don't know where this is. Like I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
You can. Okay, I prefer. You can hit the L key when you're selecting a part, and it'll show you. It'll highlight that portion. So if you're just clicking on the mesh, you're like, I want to know what that is. I want to know what that is. You can do that. Then say if you're clicking on here, and you want to know where it came from on here, I believe there's this option. Yeah, keep UV and edit mode in sync. So basically, now you can see I'm directly editing it. So then select the whole thing. The only thing is that you'll notice your options down here change. So you won't have access to island selection anymore. You only have access to the edge, vertice, and face selection. So here you're gonna want to click on your own and then just oops, I'm on the wrong screen. You can change them, shrink them down if you like. I shouldn't move them because I'm gonna re-importing the image.
So the other thing I'm thinking is that if you're painting a texture like that, it seems like the areas of each of the squares are sort of distorted on the flat. So would you end up getting sort of like, would the textures end up looking kind of stretched on the object?
Yes, at least here, because I just put very few seams, so it's just very big. Like you'll notice that this one looks more like a square. Yeah. Because I cut out much less of it, or much less of the entire square. This is just like, it's trying its best to lay it out as flat as possible. It's like when you see those pictures of a cube like unfolded, think of it like that. You want something like that to mess with rather than just the whole 3D shape. Here it's taking a 3D shape and trying its best to make it flat. That's why when we did the entire thing, it's just one big orange square, because it can't flatten that in a way that it's like laid out all flat. You need to cut it.
So it would be good to do like rings of seams around the sphere probably.
You could do that, or you could just like, you don't have to do like entire. You could just go like, okay, maybe just 2 rows like that to try to avoid it being stretched out.
That's literally how they make clothes. Yeah, they have like little like slices like that.
Yeah, because you want. It's a lot more work. I can show you with the current model I'm working on, like how many you can end up dealing with, and it can be a nightmare to sort through if you don't know where they are. So that's why the techniques such as like using L to select, or having the edit mode be in sync with the UV mode, makes it a lot easier to know, okay, what am I messing with? So like, let's go back to here. I have this thing. What I'm going to want to do is, if I import it as it is now, the colors aren't going to look right. But that's because it's going to import this exact same image as it is right now. So you'll notice this is like a light red as opposed to this darker red. So you'll always want to hide it just so you end up with this. Just going to save it as a...
So for some reason they put like a little bit of a transparent light on that UV layer for some reason.
Yeah, it's like... It's because there's an actual face going through there, like there's an actual face on top of that, rather than just, oh, they're just a bunch of lines connected. It's like, no, there's a face there. So
can you export the UV in wireframe mode and then there's no light to it?
I don't think that'll affect it. Let me just see, if I were to change it to wireframe.
Wireframe hides the faces.
Yeah, but I think just the fact the faces exist, it's going to record that. So let's just do that. Save that, go back to here, we hit open. Where did it take me? Documents, block color. Wait, what happened? Why didn't it work? Oh wait, maybe, oh. Wait, for something, okay, no, that's not, okay, it's not working. Try it again. There we go. Okay, for some reason it wasn't working, and I moved these. Whoops. I'll just move these back. So now you'll notice nothing has changed. But it's because right now we're looking at it just like basic lighting. It's just like, okay, that's just how the shape is rendered. So now we can just go to texture, and the lighting is off because the sun is over here. It's not part of the model, so I need to. There he is. And then let's just smooth him out. Voila. He's beautiful.
So where does the sun get placed in the view? How do you find that?
Oh, okay, so normally when you start off your basic set, you'll have a little sun there, and you can just move them around to get different sources of lighting. It's because when you're normally messing with things, you tend to have it in the solid form, which the lighting, it doesn't care about lighting. I can move the sun over there and it won't change. It's not until when you actually try to render how it looks like you go to material and look at that. It's got like actual shading. I think the sun affects it here too, yeah. Material is still something I haven't gone into very much. I do want to know, because I'm not too certain as to the differences between materials and textures, because the textures apply on top of it. So is the material just something that applies like a feel to it? Like, oh, it's shinier?
I think materials, they have like normals and all that other stuff, right? It's like, they've got, I've seen materials that they just have like a very 3D quality to them. Even though, so I think there's more than just a texture to it. I think it's like multiple things.
Because at least for me, I tend to just use textures, and they don't look bad. I mean, this one looks bad, but that's just because it's like very, very simple. Okay, what else can I mention about this? I guess I can just quickly show you. You can delete that. Oh wait, I need to actually be in edit mode to delete it, because or else it doesn't care. Now I'm back to nothing. I'm going to go to sample textures that I have. Let's take this grass texture, and voila. Oh geez, this image is big. But basically, you can apply whatever you like to it. And it'll apply just the image itself, though you can see where it cuts off.
So see, like looking at that, is the light when it hits it, it doesn't really behave like it's grass, and it just like looks very flat. I think the material, it has like a ton of things that affects how lighting objects mess with it.
Probably something like this, you'd want like a bump map or something just to like simulate depth to it. Because here it just looks like a flat ball of grass, which isn't natural, but.
So is there a difference between a bump map and a normal map?
So I know the normal map is just like, I believe it's just the actual like, I think it's the colors to it. I'm not certain. I get the terms confused all the time.
Well, a normal is
like the lighting, isn't it?
Face, right?
Yeah, I think it has to do with the lighting. like what light bounces off or something. Because I remember bump map. That one is just like it. Even though you have a flat sphere, if you have like a brick pattern, it looks like there's like actual indentations into it. It's a way to like just fake dimensions to it.
Okay, so that one, so bumps fake geometry and normals focus light.
So let's just put back what we just had. Okay, there he is. He's back to normal. So let's go over some of the lights just real quick. Say if you just don't want the sun. So also you'll notice now it's just flat because there's no lighting, so there's just no shading as well. It's just overall lighting. So we can just go to add a lamp, and you have your different lights. So we go with point, and it's just like there's literally like a point in space with light. So it's like whoosh, there he is, smiling. We can delete that one. We have the sun, which is default. There's the spotlight. You can just see the angle, or just the general cone shape of it, where the light will be.
So do these lights have the effect on exporting the model, or is this just an internal thing?
It's just internal. Yeah, it's just only in Blender does this effect. Which also, when you export the model, you'll tend to want to get rid of the light in the camera because that doesn't do anything. Next light. So you have hemisphere light. Ooh, it's more rounded. They're all just like different lights you can experiment with.
What I'm wondering is, what happens to your texture maps if you edit your model?
I believe they'll stay the same. So like, let's
do they automatically update the geometry for the map? Or?
I believe they do. So let's okay. First of all, let's get rid of the lamp just so I can deal with some flat colors. Okay, just want to select this top part and let's extrude. You can kind of see it still like maintains the colors. So if I were to you still kind of like whatever you created it from, it'll give it the same colors as well. So if yeah, so if I were to unwrap it again.
Oh man, it just totally breaks it.
Yeah, it's because I added these giant shapes. I mean, theoretically, I can fix this. So like.
So how are you supposed to iterate on a model that has a texture without just like creating a nightmare scenario?
Normally, you want to just you do the model first, and then you do the texture, because in one of the models I've been working on, I had to realize, oh, I made mistakes, and I was making the UV map. I'd fix it on the model, unwrap it again, have to reorganize the entirety of the UV map. So like, UV mapping isn't too difficult. It's like pretty simple.
Well, I mean, couldn't technically you create scenes on the new geometry so that the old geometry, the old maps that you had could remain unchanged, and then you just have to find space for new stuff you added?
Yeah, but so like let's just say.
So you just put scenes cutting out all of the new stuff you have. But then if your model is really complicated and you edit it a lot, it would be a nightmare to do that.
Yeah. There's also ways to just like, if you want to texture the model, like in like I can just quickly show. if I remember how to do it, I believe texture paint. I believe using data. Whee! There we go. You can just paint straight to the model. If you just don't want to like import it to Photoshop and all, but I think this is more accurate if you want to like make sure you get everything right. You can be more, yeah, just be more accurate. Here it's more loose. You can just kind of go like, okay, I just want some colors. Wait, can I not change the colors? Oh god, it's like lagging or something. There we go. And obviously I have like all these different selections. Ooh. Apply texture mask. I don't mess with this sort of stuff because I just find it easier to just do it like this. This is how I've always done it, and it just makes more sense to me. Wow. You know, now that I'm looking at it, it's kind of like a bomb, but that's fine. Let's just undo that. Yeah. What happened to you? He's like, if I go back to edit mode. Oh, it's because this is in the void. There we go. Let's bring this back. Let's see what I'm doing. Oh, that's not working how I thought. Now he has a hole in his head. But we can fix that. Oh, these are still here. Which is okay. So I'm just gonna create one giant. Oops. Ooh, look at that. It created this weird shape. Oops. Oh god. I'm just messing with him at this point. Oh god, I keep hitting all the wrong buttons, but it's because these colors are like so bad I can't see them very well. Oh, it's because there's no division there. Oh, okay, it's fine. You can see when you get really weird stuff, that's what you end up with, these like weird lines. Just make that red. Bam, now he doesn't look happy anymore. I broke him. Actually, I think I can fix them. Edges, subdivide. Oh, what is that? I don't know, there's like some weird geometry right there. Okay, let's fix them before we... I think that's basically all I need to talk about for UV paint, unless you have any other questions. Okay, so let's put those faces, and then
well, so do you know anything about making normal maps and point maps? Would you be using the same UV editor for that kind of stuff?
That I'm not too sure. I've never actually really messed with that. It'd be cool too. Then mark theme. Look at that. That is not... I feel like there is something horribly wrong going on. Yeah, that's not... There we go. But now I need to just fix this again. There we go. He's like back to normal. Still kind of shaped like a bong, but that's fine. We'll live with it. Actually, I'll fix them. There. I don't know what I'm doing with him. I can give him a fine-tooth point to stab his enemies with. Vertices, merge, at center. Now he is sharpened. Why am I saving him? I don't think I'm going to save him. I think I'm going to let him die. I've tortured his soul long enough. I can just quickly show you the model I'm working on. This guy. So the colors are all like temporary for now, but I'm mainly trying to like just work everything out. So you can see there's like, this is a pain. Because like watch, if I were to, I can undo this, unwrap it again. This is what I have to deal with. Like, it's just that it's like stacked on top. Well, it's also because you can see the previous image. You can see when I did this in Photoshop, I forgot to take away the UV mapping. So that's why everything has like a more faded color than what is here. Like that blue is not the same. It's this blue. So to fix that, okay, you know what? That's too big of a problem. That's too many files. I need to clean out my computer. But essentially, what I am doing for this, oh god, that's not right. There's like a shape there when I. Yeah, this, I don't know, it messed up. Like, it's still right here, because it's this spine part. But, like, it just didn't, like, want to put this right. That's fine, because I wasn't going to put much detail there anyway, but still weird. And I just divided everything. Everything for the legs, the neck, lower body, upper body, and head. So there he, god, he looks so ugly with these colors. Mistakes were made. I'll just show how it looks without that. Might as well just fix it. I will brave the storm of my messy ass computer to find it. I don't know, that was really weird. Wonder texture. There he is. Here's my boy. Wait, that's the wrong one. That's the uncolored one. Please. Okay, I thought I was going to bring you back to the other one. So now, bam. Oh. Okay, no, yeah, that's correct. For a moment I was like, it messed up. Now I can redo it. Oh, now I gotta get back. Oh no, actually it's right here. Never mind. There we go. And now it's any part that just doesn't have color is going to be black. But any part that is marked with a color is going to be marked with its appropriate color, and it doesn't look faded at all.
Oh, so like the scene, how you split the texture is incredibly important, because if you're trying to create something that has some complex color to it or texturing to it, you're gonna have to make sure that the texture matches up when it gets folded back together, so that you don't have a visible seam. Yeah. And like, how are you supposed to like get that out?
It's mainly just like you go like, okay, so let's just test on this cube, because I feel like this cube, you probably see it easier. Unwrap that, you just get a box because it doesn't know what to do. So here I'm just gonna do something like that. Mesh, edges, mark seam, unwrap. So far, still weird, because right now it's trying to sort out this whole thing, but what I can do is just cut here. I don't even have to cut it out entirely. Voila. So now it's more cut out, like flat. Like I think I could even remove this seam. So if you want to remove a seam, there's the option clear seam, and that just gets rid of it. And there you go. You get like the classic unfolded cube. And you can also edit it however you like here. So like even if I do weird things like that, the shape does not change. Let's bring it. I can even remove it and it won't affect it. That's just wherever I color this. This square represents here.
So the squares on the UV map aren't necessarily attached to each other?
Yeah, I can detach them because if I wanted to, I could just grab vertices and just go wee, just do something weird like that. But it doesn't change the shape. So this is only affecting how it's going to be colored. It's like visual representation. So it's just going to come out here. So if I paint this square is going to be painted in accordance to that. Right, let's just bring back. I deleted that. No, actually, no, I still have the smiley face thing. So even though this isn't right, I can still fiddle with it. Why isn't it? Oh, it didn't actually add it for some reason. There's some weird things that can happen when you're messing with this. There we go. No. So like, let's just take a face. Oh, Jesus. I don't even know the phone number. I'm not gonna answer. You can just do weird things like this. And it'll paint it exactly. Well, the lighting is horrible, but you get the point. Let's just look. So it's mainly just like how it'll just be like how this is just the visual representation of how it's colored there. So you can mess with it however you like. There's that smiley face. This looks like a work of art. Just make it part red. Bam. It's a work of art. So yeah, I guess that'll conclude the workshop. I'll just end the stream here. Alright, goodbye.